Fertility, process of fertility, things that disrupt it, and how to add to it. What is fertility? This is a state of being fertile. If you look at fertile soil around the planet, what makes it fertile is having enough raw nutrients to create life. Everything from our physical bodies came from the earth. Also goes beyond that in the aspect of reproducing our gifts in every area of life as a pathway of service. But the process of fertility goes like this. So women are essentially born with all their eggs, which is approximately 2 million. About 11,000 of them die off every month prior to puberty. By the point that they are able to have children, they have approximately 300,000 left. After this, 1,000 eggs actually die off each month. When a woman runs out of the egg supply, her ovaries sharply decline in estrogen, triggering menopause. But there is actually some interesting emerging science that they may actually not be born with all the eggs. But that's not 100% solid yet, but this is as of right now. So conception, the ovaries store eggs, which travel down the fallopian tubes. Now, the sperm meets the egg and penetrates it, resulting in conception. Then the embryo attaches itself to the uterus, where the development actually takes place. Now, how is sperm made? In the adult testicle, there is about 700 feet of tubing called seminiferous tubules. Now, sperm is made in the form precursor that have germ cells that create 100 million sperm daily. This is called spermatogenesis. What are some environmental factors that disrupt fertility? Number one is plastic, BPA. BPA has a material that is added to plastic to make it hard. It is known as a xenoestrogen or a foreign estrogen. This means that it attaches to estrogen receptors in your body and turns on estrogen-like programs. This can lead to excess estrogen in men and women. Excess estrogen can lead to breast cancer in women and lower fertility in men. Now, manufacturers got pretty creative because they kind of recognize the public. They're kind of trying to avoid BPA. So they say BPA free on the label, but then they add in other things like BPS, BPN. It's really the same exact thing. So that's kind of an unfortunate situation. That's why we got to look at the source of the company themselves, make sure they're ethical and doing the right thing. BPS, for example, is very similar to BPA, but it is marketed as safer. Just because something says BPA free doesn't mean that it's safe, because BPS is often added in its place. So when you can, just do your best to avoid plastics altogether. But if you have to, you know how you see like the numbers on the plastics? Number 2 is usually the safest, so keep that in mind. And then phthalates. Now, these are often used in personal care industry as a plastic softener. Now, phthalates disrupt estrogen by affecting the cell signaling pathways. By this action, it was shown that they actually affect placenta in a pregnant mother, and these chemicals also have been linked to impaired cognition, motor skills, and ADHD. Number 2 is EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies. These have been shown to disrupt fertility. A study done in the Journal of Environmental Pathology shows that it has been shown to have study participants who kept their phone in their pocket had significantly less sperm quality. Also, in another study, men who kept their phone in their pocket had significantly less mobile sperm and usable sperm. Now, this is kind of well studied. Like, if you keep a high frequency device next to your gonads for too long, this can definitely happen. Research done in the National Toxicology Program funded by the NIH has shown that EMFs are a Class A carcinogen, which means that it has shown to cause cancer, most notably in the brain. These studies were done in 2G and 3G, and 4G and 5G are actually just getting studied, and it would just, as you expect, to be much more dangerous than these studies have actually shown. So, women who put their phone in their pocket in their bra are much more likely to develop breast cancer. In many cases, they develop a tumor in the exact shape of their phone. For solutions to how to deal with EMFs, I've done a show on this in the past. It's not something to be afraid of, because if we were practicing real health, like, we can be very resilient to these things. It's more about intelligent use. So personally, my phone is always on airplane mode, so is my laptop, unless I actually need to use it. Also a good productivity hack there, and it's never in my pocket. No, in the modern world, we're going to use technology, but it's more so about using it in an intelligent manner to least affect our health. Number 3 is pesticides. Pesticides, herbicides, fungicides have been proven to be neurogenic or estrogenic. This means that it disrupts the nervous system and the endocrine system. It messes with the pest's reproductive hormones and disrupts the endocrine system by being a xenoestrogen. Also, they are designed to kill very small things. This includes our microbiome, and we are made up of tiny microorganisms. These pesticides have been shown to found a profound impact on them. These pesticides are designed to kill small things like pests, and it kind of acts as an antibiotic in a sense to our own microbes. How do we actually increase fertility in our bodies? Number 1, improve sleep and reduce stress. Now, sleep is extremely important in being fertile. Sleep drives the synthesis of secretion and metabolism hormones necessary for production. Sleep deprivation can also cause excess stress and increase in cortisol, which is counterproductive to sex hormones. Now, the disruption that HPAT access, or the hypopituitary adrenal thyroid excess will disrupt the circadian rhythm. Further, throwing off hormone productions, women's cycles will also be disrupted due to the circadian rhythm. Now, the HPAT excess, this just goes how everything is connected. Like, it should be common sense your thyroid is off, like how everything is kind of interdependent on these thyroid hormones. Like, things are going to be less able to function in other areas. So optimal health is so important. So number 2 here is movement. Now, exercise has been shown to increase fertility by regulating hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis. There's another axis here. So women who moderately exercise had more efficient cycles. Also, muscle is a reservoir of youthful hormones. Too much exercise can also be counterproductive to fertility due to excess of stress hormones, so there's a balance. But generally, the more muscle we have in our frame, the more resilient we're going to be to all a matter of things. Just lifting weights can be so beneficial to everyone. Number 3 is nutrition. Eating enough essential fatty acids are critical for fertility. Cholesterol is a seed that makes sex hormones. Consuming omega-3s and fish eggs is a good idea to boost hormone production. Having enough vitamin D is important because inadequate amounts have been linked to higher rates of miscarriage. Lastly, folate is critical for promotion of ovulation in women and proper sperm formation in men. Green leafy vegetables and organ meats are a great source. We hear cholesterol, again, it's bad, but it's not the whole story. I've talked about this before, but cholesterol itself is a very important nutrient. As I said, it's a seed of the sex hormones, also responsible for cell membranation, the synthesis of vitamin D from the sun, and so much more. We hear about LDL and HDL, right? High density lipoprotein, low density lipoprotein. Neither of these are actually cholesterol molecules. Actually, these are carrier proteins for the cholesterol. Here, LDL is bad, HDL is good. Vast oversimplification. Very important, both. Now, when LDL becomes oxidized via high blood glucose or excess inflammation, what happens is that it turns into VLDL, very low dense lipoprotein. Now, this is very small, and this is the stuff that actually gets caught up in the arteries. So it's not even the things that we're taught, it's actually the oxidation of these molecules via our lifestyle. So looking at cholesterol, we really want a 1-to-3 ratio of HDL to LDL. So amounts do matter, but it's more so about the ratios and the types of cholesterol. All right, I hope you got a lot of value out of today. Which is the process of fertility, how it actually works, so we have an understanding of what's going on. Things that actually disrupt it in our own bodies, so we can watch out for those. The things we can pay more attention to in our own lifestyle to create fertility. Also, as I said in the beginning, fertility actually makes you feel so much better in everyday life. Gives you a lot of energy to create and make your dreams a reality as well. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning into the show. For more, you can head over to anthonygastella.com for articles, coaching, and other free resources. Also, if you can, leave a review for the show, let people know what you think, and I would appreciate that so much. Support the mission of freedom. Thanks for being on this mission with me, and I promise to give you more powerful, empowering, great content to help transform your life. Thanks for tuning in.